Alright, good morning, class. This is Mr. Sadler coming to you live from the internet on Monday, February 8th, 2015. I think I write 14. That's okay. As I said, today's lesson is coming to you from the internet. I'm recording this and hope it'll go well for you guys today. What I'm planning to do is just like the regular day where I pass Spider-Man around, you're going to try and answer. If you can't, that's okay. For the supply teacher, hit pause as much as you can when people need help or when there's questions. Yeah, and again, ask questions, ask lots of questions, that's okay. There will be people who've seen all this stuff before. In fact, all of you have, because it's a review lesson. But it's probably been a year for some people, so it may not come back right away, but you guys should be fine there, okay? So here we go. Here's going to be making equations given 2 points. 2 points are parallel if they have the same slope. Okay, in grade 8 you would have said 2 lines are parallel if they go on forever and they don't intersect, which is true. But when you get to grade 9 you say that 2 points are parallel if they have the same slope. Let's write 2 lines. Whoops. Let's try again here. Ha ha ha. And then we'll also say 2 lines are perpendicular if their slopes are the negative reciprocal, oh boy, of each other. Okay, so just to make sure we get what negative reciprocal means, we're going to do example 1. If I write y equals, so if I write m is equal to 2, Cassie, I'm picking on you, what's the negative reciprocal of that going to be? Hope you remember. If not, it's going to be negative 1 over 2. So what we did was we flip the sign to negative and flip the fraction. Then I'm going to say then if m is equal to negative 2/3, the perpendicular slope is going to be positive 3 over 2. Right? Okay, good. So I'm going to say if you are given a point and the slope, you can easily sub it into y equals mx plus b to get the y-intercept to make it a line. I'm going to do one example of this, and then I'll give you guys one to try, and then hopefully the supply teacher can pause, and then you guys can try it out. Now, example 2 says, find the equation of a line with slope 2 going through the point 3, 7. Okay, so the way this is going to work is we're going to have m is going to equal 2, that's your slope. X is going to equal 3, that's your x value. Y is going to equal 7, and b is going to be unknown. So we're going to just start off and just say y equals mx plus b, that's our regular line. We're just going to sub in some values and then do some good algebra. So y is going to be 7, I plug it in there, whoops, we don't want to bold that, that's okay. M is going to be 2, x is going to be 3, and then b is going to be b. Now remember, m and x are connected by multiplying, right? So I'm going to pick on Alyssa. Alyssa, what's 3 times 2, please? Okay, good, 6. Wonderful. Who's beside you? Oh shoot, my memory's not good. Miss Tori, what's the last step to solving for b? Yeah, we'll get rid of the 6. So 7 minus 6 equals b. So b equals 1. So my equation then, y equals 2x plus 1. Now this is what gets people always the first time through this, and it may be a while since some of you have done this. Okay, what I did there was the slope we need and the y-intercept we need. The x and the y can change, right? That's why they're an equation, right? So there's many different ways they can go. All right, so example 3, I'm going to give you guys a second to try this for yourself. Example 3 is going to say find the equation of a line with slope -5 going through the point 2, -3. This should only take the class a minute or two. I'm going to ask the teacher to hit pause and give the class about a minute or two to try it out. The class won't want you to hit pause, but please do it. Okay, great. Okay, next up we have Spencer. Hopefully you're back, Spencer. Spencer, can you give me what the slope is here on the left-hand side? M is going to equal -5. Good. Noah, x is going to equal. Good, 2. And Lindsay, y is going to equal. Good, -3. And b is a no. Okay, so then we're just going to sub into y equals mx plus b once again. Okay, so it's going to be our y is -3. Oops. M is -5, x is 2, and b is b. Bailey, what is -5 times 2, please? Great, -10 plus b. All right, now this is where you guys need to be very, very careful. Hannah, what's the next step to solving for b? Okay, if you go to the -10, so we're going to add 10. Very good. Alright, so b should equal 7. Okay, Luke, what's your equation? Good, y equals -5x plus 7. Wonderful. Okay, great. I'm going to do two more types of question, then we're going to finish here. So example 4 is going to say find the equation of a line going through 2, 3 that is perpendicular to y equals -2/3 x plus 1. Okay, so this is the thing that gets people. This was my favorite question last year because I like perpendicular slope. I think Emily is next, if I remember correctly. So Emily, if the regular slope was equal to 2/3, -2/3, what's the perpendicular slope going to be? So you're going to flip the fraction and change the sign. So it's going to go from negative to positive. It's going to go from 2/3 to 3/2. Okay. And I'm actually, what I'm going to do when I'm going to type this out, I'm actually going to use my equation editor so you can actually see. All right, great. Who's next? My mind is not working here tonight. I want to say Jasmine. Is that right? Okay, what's x going to be, please? Good. Oh, goodness. Alistair, what's y going to equal, please? 3, great. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sub this into y equals mx plus b. Mine's not working here. Aiden, who sits beside you? I can't remember. Aiden, I'm picking on you because I can't remember who sits beside you. I really apologize if that is. Can you tell me what to sub in, please? Okay, good. So y is 3. M is going to be, great, 3/2. And x is going to be 2 plus b. Noah, fraction time. What is 3/2 times 2? Great, that's 6/2, which happens to equal 3. Okay, great. I can't remember everyone's name. I'm really sorry. I can't remember. I'm just going to do it. It's too late at night. Okay, so two ways you can do the equation is y equals 3 over 2x plus 0, or just y equals 3 over 2x if you prefer that. Okay. Alright, one last type of question, then I'll give you guys some chance to work. I'm going to put a few questions on the smartboard for you guys to work on as well. There'll be some questions from homework. You can try those as well too. Alright, so here we go. Here's example 5, the last example. It's going to say determine the equation of a line, of the line, going through points 4, -1 and 2, 3. Okay, I love this question, so please put a star and a heart beside this question. It will be on your test, I guarantee. Alright. I'm picking Aiden at the back. Aiden, if you remember, actually, before I say that, I'm going to pick Aiden on Aiden in a second. I'm going to say solution to find the equation. You need a point and the slope. Okay, so to get my slope, I'm going to pick on Aiden at the back here. If you remember back, when I first said slope, you used a magical equation. Can you remember what you said? Great, you said slope equals, and I said rise over run. I was hoping you'd say rise over run. You said something way more awesome than that. Do you remember what it was? Good, it was y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. Oops, I should write the x on. Okay, good. So what that means is if you have a point, it's going to be the change in the y values compared to the change in the x values. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask someone to pick their favorite point, and hopefully my mind will meld with yours and you'll pick the same point that I do. Molly, which point do you like better for your first point? 4, -1 or 2, 3? Okay, clearly you said the same thing that I did, which was 4, -1. If you didn't, that's okay. It'll still work the other way too. Your second point then will be the other one. And you get 2, 3. Okay, so the reason this is important to us then, we're going to do exactly what Aiden said before, and we're just going to, this is how we're going to find our slope. Okay? So we're just going to sub these numbers in. So I'm going to just get rid of all that other stuff, and I'm going to say m equals y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to then pick, we need to get y2 first. So the way we get y2 first is going to be this 3 right there. Okay? It's the y value of the second point. Now I could have used the other point and we'll get the same answer, but we'll stick for that for right now. y1 then is going to be -1, so it's 3 minus -1. I might make this a little bit bigger so everyone can see it. Oh, or not. There we go. Okay, great. x2 then should be 2, and y2 should be 4. Okay, now if there's a question, if the supply teacher can just hit pause and give the class a chance to catch up, and hopefully you're all remembering this. If not, please raise your hand and ask, and hopefully someone can help. Okay, good. By the way, I should just mention I will be in the classroom at lunch, so if you're stuck on what we, goodness, that was, I mean, if you're stuck on something that we did today, you can feel free to come by at lunch and we can go through this all. Okay, so then just simplifying, 3 minus -1 should be 4, and 2 minus 4 should be -2, and then 4 divided by -2 is -2. So what we've actually done is we've actually found our slope now. So we'll say then thus, thus our slope is -2. Now we have to pick our favorite point. Any point will work. I'm going to choose though 2, 3 as our point. Now you don't have to choose that. The other one would have worked as well. But now we can do exactly what we did on the previous questions, right? We have our m, we have our x, and our y, and you can just sub in here to get your b. So I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to choose m is equal to -2, x is equal to 2, and y is equal to 3. If you chose the other point, you'll get the same answer. I just like these because all the numbers are positive. So I'm going to say y equals mx plus b. Nick, hopefully you're here. Can I get you to sub some numbers in, please? Okay, good. Y is 3. Why is that bold? M is going to be -2. Great. X is 2. Wonderful. Plus B. Derek, I skipped you somehow. -2 times 2 is going to be... Great. -4 plus B. And then to move over the -4, I'm just going to do +4. Right, so what happened there at -4 across equal sign, flip your signs. So we get b equals -7. Sorry, +7. Oops. Thus, sorry, therefore, our equation is y equals -2x plus 7. Now again, the x and the y we don't need to change. It's just the slope and the y-intercept that we need. Now as far as homework for tonight, I'm going to do a few different types of questions here. Alright, the first one is going to be, homework is going to be page 69, number 3. Now if you don't have your textbooks with you, that's okay. I made some new questions up for you that you can do on as well as those questions. Okay, so here we go. I think there's only 2 questions, or I think there's only 3 equations to make in the textbook, so there'll be 7 questions altogether because I made up 4 for you. A is going to say find the equation of a line going through -3, 4 with slope of -2. B is going to be find the equation of a line going through 1, 3 parallel to y equals 2x minus 3. C, oops. Find the equation of a line going through -2, 5 perpendicular to y equals -3x plus 1. And that's one equation. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Let's go sort of like that. And finally, D. Find the equation of a line going through -5, 1, and 2, -3. Now there may be some fractions in there, and that's okay. But try those out. So number 3, I think there's 2 or 3 of them on top, so there'll be these 4. Plus, I think there's 3 in the textbook, so that's 7 questions for tonight. You should have no problem with that, especially because it's probably about 10 o'clock right now or sooner, so you could be able to get most of these done. If you're stuck on something, come on into the room at lunch. I'll come by and stop in at lunch if there's any questions. Beyond that, I will see you tomorrow, and have an excellent day.